So you're driving along and you notice that the car is pulling to one side. What causes that? Well, this video we're going to go step by step into the potential causes of the problem of your car pulling to one side, just to help you to diagnose that issue and get it sorted out so you can enjoy your car more. And it can be quite dangerous when your car is veering from side to side, or you're not fully in control, or the steering is just slightly unpredictable. So we're going to look at the most common issues and problems that crop up and help you to get to the bottom of this issue with your car. So we're going to be discussing a lot of mechanical issues that can affect the car pulling to one side, but the obvious thing to check first of all is the camber or the crown of the road. So they design these roads so the water just runs off and it doesn't form puddles on the surface, but in some roads the camber can be quite excessive. If you're driving on the left hand side of the road, for example, or if you're in America you'll be driving on the right hand side, the car will tend to pull towards the ditch. The slope will have a natural effect on the way the car moves, so just check you're not driving on an adverse camber. Look for a flat piece of road, try it in both directions and just diagnose and make sure that the problem is there and it is pulling in the same direction. Things that are handy to note: if you went to a mechanic, he would want to know if it's pulling to one side all the time, if it just does it when you accelerate, or if it happens when you brake or after you brake. They're all little symptoms that can help to diagnose the cause of the problem of the car veering to one side. So we've basically got some issues to look at: tyre related issues, uneven wear, uneven tyre pressures, alignment and suspension issues, so worn out suspension, damaged suspension components if you hit a pothole for example, and just generally improper wheel alignment. We've then got braking system issues that can crop up. So if the pads have worn unevenly, they can cause the car to veer off to one side when you brake. If the brakes are sticking on after you've applied the brakes, it may cause the car to veer towards the side where the brake is sticking on. Then you've got steering system related causes. So the steering wheel's not aligned correctly, so you're holding it straight but the wheels are pointing off to an angle, so that's an obvious one to spot. The power steering system itself may be malfunctioning. It may be biased to one side rather than the other, and that creates the effect of the car veering off. The steering components may just have been worn. There may be excessive play, and under certain conditions it causes the car to veer off to one side. There's also weight distribution issues. So if you've got a lot of weight on one side of the car, that can adversely affect the handling. So if you've got a really large passenger, or you've just loaded up a load of kit on one side of the car, that can create the imbalance. So effectively the suspension is compressed on that side, and that can affect the geometry and the alignment of the suspension itself. So that's an obvious thing to check before you start looking at mechanical problems. Is the load in the car even? Then you've got mechanical related causes. So worn wheel bearings can cause drag on one side. Faulty differential can be sending the power unevenly to the driven wheels. And you've got worn out or loose suspension components. So let's break all of these down and look in detail at these problems that can cause your car to veer off. We're going to look at how to diagnose the problem, how to work out if it is that thing that's affecting the car, and also how to fix it, little steps that you should take, and just a few notes as we go through each one. So we've got tyre related causes. So things to check with your tyres is your tyre pressures. So if you've got uneven tyre pressures, if one side is much lower than the other side, it's going to create that imbalance and the car is naturally going to veer off. So check your tyre pressures are all within the manufacturer's specified tolerances. There'll be a little badge plate somewhere on the car, usually in the driver's door, in the wheel well somewhere, or near the filler cap or behind the filler cap. Every car manufacturer seems to have a different place of hiding it, but the ones that are just inside the driver's door are generally the easiest to find, and that's the most consistent location. And that'll give you an indication on the tyre pressures that you need when the car is unladen, mid-laden and fully loaded with a heavy load and lots of passengers. And you may even get different recommendations for different wheel sizes, because a lot of cars come with a range of different wheel options and wheel sizes. So just check that those tyre pressures are within tolerances. If one tyre was significantly down, then inflate it and check it again a few days later. You could have a slow puncture. That could be affecting it. So it's a problem that's just going to keep coming back until you get that puncture addressed. So let's now look at alignment and suspension causes that affect the car's handling and cause it to veer off to one side. So what sort of things can happen within the suspension and the alignment? So you may have hit a curb or a pothole, so that large impact on the suspension would have been absorbed by the suspension system, but it may have damaged suspension components. It could have upset the alignment of the suspension. So if you've got a wheel that is slightly out of alignment, that can have a very detrimental effect on the car's handling and cause it to veer off to one side. So diagnosing wheel alignment issues, you really need professional help with the professional tools to do it properly. A lot of places offer full wheel alignment, but they don't go to great detail. They may actually get all of the wheels pointing in the same direction. But if the suspension system is buckled, one wheel may be slightly further back than the other wheel. And these very simple systems will not necessarily check out that degree of a problem with the alignment of the wheels. So you can come out of the tyre fitter, have the wheels completely aligned, all pointing dead straight or whatever the manufacturer's specifications are, and still have the car veering off to one side. So if that's the case, just check that the suspension components are not buckled. You can actually measure the distance between the front hub and the rear hub on each side, and that should be to the millimetre spot on the same. But with the steering mechanism, you can upset that quite easily. But it's an indicator as to whether there's a problem there with the physical suspension system. And that's certainly something I would particularly check after I'd hit a pothole particularly hard. So braking system problems, they can actually cause issues with the car not running true. So you obviously need to be using the brakes for this to manifest itself. It typically won't happen when you're just driving along unless the brakes are binding on all the time on one side. And if they are, you would notice a lack of performance. The brake would be becoming physically hot due to the excessive friction that's happening, or the tyre may start to wear, particularly as it's dragging along the road surface. So when you're travelling in a straight line, just check the position of the steering wheel, and if the steering wheel is slightly crooked, that's going to cause the car to veer off to one side. You're naturally going to want to hold the steering wheel so it's straight, and if the steering wheel's straight and it's not aligned correctly, the car is going to pull off in that direction. But you can also have excessive wear on the steering system. The wheels may start to wander because there's that excessive play. You may have power steering and the power steering system may be malfunctioning. It may work perfectly well when you go to the right, but when you go to the left, there's a weakness there and it's not going correctly, or it's manifesting itself as not correcting when you come out of that turning lock. So weight distribution in the car, if you've got a really heavy passenger or a really heavy load on one side of the car, is going to compress the springs on that side. The laws of physics apply. If you've got more weight on one side of the car, it's going to affect the way the car handles, and it's going to have that propensity to veer off to one side as you're driving along. So it may only manifest itself when you hit a road with an adverse camber or a particularly steep crown, but it's a simple thing to diagnose. You can see if there's an uneven load in the car, maybe just even it up a little bit. If you're carrying stuff in the back of the car, it's just a good idea to spread that load out and make sure the heavy components are in the center, and distribute a load as evenly as you can throughout the entire car. So the wheels are mounted to the axles via a wheel bearing. So that lubricates it and prevents excessive friction from building up. But those bearings can degrade over time. So check the wheel bearings. Now, how do you check the wheel bearings? Well, you need to jack the car up. You're checking for excessive play. So if you grab the tyre and try and flex it top and bottom, left and right, and just see if there's excessive play within the wheel bearing itself. The wheel bearing should hold the angle of the tyre, so if it started to wear, you will start to have excessive play in there. It's a relatively easy check you can do. If you get that little bit of movement when you flex it and you've had that telltale whine from a wheel bearing, go and get that wheel bearing replaced. It's not going to improve on itself. You can't just put extra grease on there and hope for the best. You need to get that addressed. You may also get excessive vibration in the steering wheel. So don't just think of vibration through the steering wheel as being a balance issue and taking the car back to get the tyres and wheels balanced again. There can be these mechanical problems related to the wheel bearings and other components within the systems. So the final thing to check is the differential. So the differential plays quite an important job in distributing the power. So if the car's pulling to one side when you accelerate, that can be an indicator of a problem with the differential. It's sending too much power to the other side of the car, and the side that's getting the power will tend to push harder and the car will veer away from that wheel. So just make sure that the differential is in good condition. If it's an old car and it's got a high mileage, it could well be that that differential has started to become worn. So there's lots of causes for a car veering off. Most of them are quite serious symptoms. You need to investigate and get that checked out sooner rather than later. And just note when it happens. That can be really helpful to a mechanic diagnosing the problem if he knows the conditions that it actually happens. And it can save you money. He won't have to go out and road test the car himself as thoroughly and just verify where the problem is. And hopefully he can go straight to the cause of the issue, which is one of the areas that we flagged up in this video, and fix it for you. So if I've missed any areas off or you've got any points or experience to add, please let me know in the comments. We really do appreciate all of the comments we get on our videos. If we can improve the videos, let us know. Please boot that like button because that really does help us to get out there. Subscribe to the channel. We'd hate you to miss out on the great content we've got planned over the upcoming months through this year, and we would love you to stay tuned. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in this next video that I've lined up for you.